I'm having a heart attack. Get back to work.
Brooklyn.
What's up, everyone? It's Adam from FWCI, and you know what this is. You know this dark alley with the Brooklyn logo on the wall and everything like that. This is the Season 3 wrap-up. Season 3 has been crazy. I feel like this series is really starting to come into its own. When I started reacting to it, people were saying like Season 3, 4, that's like peak Brooklyn, and I'm inclined to agree because this series is just getting better and better and better with every single season. So I'm going to rank my top 3 cold opens, my top 3 characters, and my top 3 episodes from this season, as I do at the end of every season. You guys know I love doing this. Thank you to everybody who left a super thanks in the comments and used the hashtag BKS3. The winner of that competition is this person, whoever it is. I'll contact you when this video goes live in case there's any more entries between now and then. But congratulations, I'll be sending you 2 Brooklyn Nine-Nine t-shirts. One will be an FWCI, one will be an official Brooklyn Nine-Nine shirt, some other Brooklyn Nine-Nine goodies, chuck some Tim Tams in there as well. If you live overseas, it probably won't get to you before Christmas. I apologize for that, but congratulations. Thank you for supporting the channel. Let's talk about the top 3 cold opens. The number 3 cold open for Season 3. So this cold open for episode 11 was pretty simple, but I love the wrinkle in Jake's inability to capture Holt doing this hilarious hip-hop dance against some random guy on the streets who was talking shit to Holt, and Holt diffusing the situation with doing a hip-hop dance. Like, it was amazing. I've seen these kind of videos go viral before of police officers that know how to like break dance and stuff like that, and to think that one of those cops that likes to dance with people is like Captain Holt just fills me with all sorts of joy. This cold open was so straightforward, like there's really not much to it, but I absolutely loved it, and that's why it gets the number 3 spot.
Let's record. Camera on. All right, here we go.
Dancing over. Situation diffused.
Number 2 cold open for Brooklyn Nine-Nine Season 3.
Did none of you detectives think this might be a gift for Captain Holt from someone in France? Like his husband, for example?
So episode 16 kicked off with the Nine-Nine crew helping themselves to Captain Holt's gift basket that he received from Kevin, who's overseas in France. They're just munging out on all of his French knickknacks and snacks, including a chocolate-covered strawberry, which, as we all know,
That's the most intimate snack of them all.
But the thing I love about this cold open straight away is the sass that Gina gives all of the detectives for not realizing that this actually belonged to Captain Holt. Gina out detecting the detectives is amazing, and almost as funny as Peralta's solution to repopulate the gift basket with just stationery from around the office. And there's only one way that this cold open could finish, and that's with Captain Holt embracing the stationery and saying,
That man really knows me.
This is a great look at Captain Holt's personality, and that's why it's my second favorite cold open for Season 3. And number 1, I don't know if this is going to be a surprising entry in this list, but my favorite cold open was this guy.
Hello, I'm your new commanding officer, Captain Seth Dozerman.
Seth Dozerman gone too soon. Twice, kinda. I like this cold open because there was genuine excitement about who was going to replace Captain Holt as the captain of the Nine-Nine, and Dozerman's arrival had all the subtlety of a kick in the balls. Bill Hader's rant about the entirely unreasonable and impossible expectations that he has is so good. It really has to be watched more than once to appreciate. I remember watching this in editing and just laughing uncontrollably at some of the lines that he was saying, like these.
My motto is simple: efficiency, efficiency, efficiency. I've made promises to my superiors that I most certainly cannot keep. I'm having a heart attack. Yeah, I'm having a heart attack. Get back to work.
I feel like this cold open also created like genuine like anxiety for the audience of like, what is happening? Like, we can't have this guy running the 9-9. This is just way too much, which I think added to it even more. But Seth Dozerman's minute and a half of fury is my favorite cold open from season 1 and was an amazing way to kick off the series. The honorable mentions in the cold opens, I've got the Suitcase of Mystery, which was also pretty good. I liked Rose's admission that she had a side pony, which was particularly interesting. Episode 9 had the new vending machine machine, which was another one that I really enjoyed. I liked how serious everybody was taking this whole vending machine thing, and obviously Scully at the end with his just, no, it should have been me, when it catches on fire. It was just hilarious. And episode 10, Santiago's gift/bomb that she gives Captain Holt that immediately results in the 9-9 being evacuated. I don't hear many people talk about that cold open, but I thought that was hilarious, just the whole description of how Amy came up with this plan to give Holt a gift and keep that running gag of Holt says no gifts. But let's have a quick chat about the top 3 characters of Season 3. Santiago was my favorite character of Season 1, Captain Holt was my favorite character of Season 2, and let's count down the top 3 from Season 3, starting with number 3, Scully and Hitchcock.
We're a package deal, everyone knows that.
These guys finally became a real, more of a serious part of the cast, I guess, in Season 3. They had some episodes that were more about them. Their jokes seemed to be a lot more frequent. We got a lot more of them just kind of off doing their own thing in the background of pretty much every episode in Season 3. I've been waiting for more from these characters, and I was not disappointed in this season. These are some of the Scully and Hitchcock moments that I enjoyed the most from Season 3.
We're on strike.
Hunger strike.
You're eating potato chips.
Chips don't count. My doctor said they have 0 nutritional value.
We want meatball subs. You had no right to take ours.
Well, I went to the Knicks game with a buddy.
Was this buddy named Hitchcock?
Yes.
I once rode a chair home in a blizzard.
And number 2 on the list from my top 3 characters of Brooklyn Nine-Nine Season 3 is Gina.
And I knew you would say something like that, so I went ahead and bought myself a cake on your behalf.
Gina had a case to be number 1 on this list, to be completely honest. She has been just so fun and so entertaining throughout this entire season. She's really stepped up in terms of like how much screen time she's been getting. She's up there with Captain Holt. Like, Holt and Gina are like 2 sides of the same coin, I feel like. They're both just, everything they say is hilarious. Every time they say anything, it's hilarious anyway. Like, just everything that comes out of those characters is funny, and Gina has really stepped up. I thought in this first season that character was a little bit too mean and just random, and people in the comments were like, don't worry, like, she chills out quite a bit as the season goes on, and now she's like almost like a conscience in a way to the whole like precinct. Like, she is such a crucial and important character in this show, and there's gonna be so many, but these are some of my favorite moments of Gina from Season 3.
Captain, the commissioner called again. He wants to know when crime will be down. Get some. Your butt was Charles's car.
Yes.
The chair was the parking space.
Yes, I get it.
Your office was the garage.
Yes, I'm telling you, I understand the lesson.
And I was the brilliant Gina Linetti in both scenarios. I worked at a sunglass kiosk at the mall for 4 years, so not only have I been through hell, I was assistant manager there.
And if you didn't guess it already, number 1, my favorite character from Season 3 of Brooklyn Nine-Nine is Captain Holt.
You're just as competitive as we are.
Absurd. I'm more competitive. Now, who's the bomb?
Holt is amazing in this show, every single episode. It's kind of redundant at this point because I spoke about him as my first favorite last season and my second favorite the season before, and he's always a part of the like best cold opens and the best moments and stuff like that. Captain Holt is the heart and soul of this show, and without him and without Andre Brewer, I don't know if it would have achieved the kind of success it did. He's such a genuine character. He's so much fun. He's so random. We actually got quite a bit of like growth from Holt this season, you know, with his sister and getting a bit lonely with Kevin not being there as well. They're really giving him some amazing, funny dialogue to say throughout this season, and every episode that Holt is in, he's the highlight of the show every single time. He can very rarely be outshined by anybody. Gina maybe on occasion, Doug Judy of course. Doug Judy should have been on this list, to be completely honest. But you guys know this, Captain Holt is the best part of the show. Here's a couple of my favorite moments of Captain Holt throughout the series.
Kevin and I are huge fans of Weisselbraun's work. We are what the internet sometimes refers to as Weisselbraun fans.
Not Weisselbraniacs?
Oh, that is very good. I'm going to use that liberally. We're going to be here a while. Would you like to talk?
I'd rather not.
Agreed. You found me. Drinking seltzer in the shadows.
Sharon and your kids will distract Jake. They'll be here at 9:30 sharp. My waffle xylophone on the cheese man.
This is Balthazar. He's an evil demon who spits fire in my throat.
So let's talk about my top 3 episodes of Season 3. This was really You know, this was hard to do, and it was very easy to do because it was very easy to get a short list of like 5 or 6 episodes that were all just massive standout. Then trying to narrow it down to 3 was a bit tricky, but I hope you guys enjoy the list. I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Let me know in the comments what your favorite episodes are, your favorite characters and everything that we're talking about here as always. Love to hear the opinions of you guys in the comments. I quickly want to say before we start the list as well, honorable mention for the best episode is the Pimento Saga from episode 17 to 23. All of those episodes together, and most of them individually, could easily have been on this list, and I could see why. I could tell by the views on these videos that the Pimento Saga is what people like to see. There are certain Brooklyn videos that do really well. Halloween always does really well. The Pimento Saga was like up there, so I hope that carries through season 4 because I'm loving the support from you guys. But let's talk about top 3 episodes. Number 3, The Cruise.
The Pontiac Bandit. He's here.
Hey, Peralta, you made it.
So I was so excited when Doug Judy returned in episode 13. This is among my favorite duos in the entire series, talking about Jake and Doug Judy. I'm glad we get Doug Judy in each season for like an episode here or an episode there. Like, you never really see it coming. They always introduce him in a creative way, and then they always get rid of him out of the story in a creative way as well. The banter between Peralta and Judy makes this episode memorable, but let's not forget about the debut of Horatio Velveteen, which we got in this episode too. The boat part of this episode, including Santiago and Peralta and Doug Judy, was a perfect setting for these characters, and a setting that could have easily become a little bit corny and cliche, but this was the ultimate playground for the duo of Doug Judy and Peralta and the dynamic that they've got going. Meanwhile, back in the 9-9, we had Captain Holt and his sister Debbie. This was a really sweet story. I really liked the actress that played Debbie was really good in this, but Holt trying to like convince her to leave because he's a little bit too busy. It was amazing. It's like what did he say? Kevin said, "I'm going to Paris," and I'm like, well, go. I don't care, but I do care. And now I'm like, where's Kevin? That line absolutely slayed me when I was watching it. I loved Holt in that kind of mode. And then we got the beautiful moment at the end where he actually connects with his sister, which I thought was very sweet for Captain Holt. Not before we find him drinking seltzer in the shadows. And the third kind of heat for this episode was Rosa and Boyle's storyline with the rent-controlled apartment. I didn't see the twist coming in that, and I like a twist in a show like this. And I really enjoyed that, the ending of that story, how it turned out that the guy murdered the old lady so that he could re-rent the apartment. Loved it. This episode was fantastic front to back. That's why it gets the number 3 slot. But let's talk about episode number 2. Halloween.
Amy Santiago is an amazing detective / genius. Drinks are on us.
Nope.
Drinks are on me.
I'm really excited that the Halloween thing is a yearly tradition with the Brooklyn Nine-Nine series, and I was expecting a lot out of this episode, and I think it over-delivered from what I was expecting as well. Starting off with the draft, with them just drafting people onto their teams, I loved that. Just the whole idea of like, all right, we need a team each, I think is hilarious. They really did Amy dirty in that draft as well. Like, they really were like quite rude to her and quite disrespectful to her, so that just sort of planted the seed very early on in this episode for what was going to happen at the end, which I loved. I love the scenes with Peralta and Holt yelling at Amy's boobs because they thought that's where her microphone was going to be hidden, or as Captain Holt worded it,
Because the cleavage cloaks the camera with its curves. That'll be all, spy.
like the other Halloween episodes, the episode sometimes gets a bit dull in the middle. This one was pretty entertaining throughout, but there's definitely something you feel like you're missing throughout this episode, and then when they reveal it at the end, it's always very entertaining. So Amy becoming the winner, I was all in for. I love Santiago. I like that she got one over on Holt and Peralta because Amy Santiago is an amazing detective / genius, and that's why this is number 2 on my countdown. And my number 1 episode from season 3, 9 Days. This episode started out pretty regular until Holt and Jake get the mumps, and then it's just non-stop comedy from there on. The goiter thing is an amazing device, and when you put it in the hands of Andy Samberg and Andre Brewer, it is even funnier because, I mean, just the visual of them having this giant thing welling out their neck, and the names that they give them as well, especially Holt. The writers got so much comedy out of the whole mumps storyline, and every single joke landed for me. Obviously, isolation jokes have a whole different meaning these days, days after 2020, but seeing Jake and Holt isolated in such close quarters like that was just so much fun, and anytime you can get these characters together in close quarters like that, it just makes the episode even more hilarious. Terry's side story was also pretty funny, trying to like motivate the 9-9 in Holt's absence. His run-ins with Hitchcock and Scully in particular were highlights for me. They're a part of the reason why they ended up on the top 3 characters list, but the highlight was obviously Peralta and Holt fighting each other with their giant goiters sticking out of their faces and touching them. It was just so much fun watching them both at like 10% of their, being and their energy, just really trying to they're like children though. They're like brothers that both have the mumps, and this is what happened. I'd love to know if there's a backstory with the writers about that episode. Did this happen? Was somebody with the mumps and their brother was just like poking it and it hurt like hell? It's hard to kind of articulate just the constant laughs that this episode had, but go check out my reaction to it again if you haven't already, because I'm just laughing the entire way through that one. Congratulations to Balthazar and Simon and all the rest of the goiters and being in my favorite episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine Season 3. Thank you guys for checking this one out. Sorry if this video is not quite as, zhuzhy as the other ones. I'm really getting over being sick, and I'm at the end of my verbal rope right now in terms of being able to record this, so I need to just smash through some of it. But Brooklyn Nine-Nine Season 4 reaction will be coming out very soon. As you guys know, every Monday in Australia, Sunday in the States, I do a Brooklyn Nine-Nine reaction. I'm going to try and get some more up early on. I don't think I'll be doing Brooklyn Week again, because that nearly put me in the hospital. 7 videos in 7 days is a lot to get done. But I appreciate you guys supporting the channel. Thank you very much. I might do another t-shirt giveaway for Season 4. Let me know in the comments what you think about that. I was thinking about doing... I can get t-shirts pressed up through just this company. I feel like I should get my favorite scene from Season 4 pressed onto a t-shirt and give that away in the season wrap-up or whatever like that. I don't know. We'll have a think. Let me know in the comments if you've got any ideas of what you'd like to see in terms of interactive stuff with the channel. Do you think the giveaways are kind of lame? Do you think they work? I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about that. And as always, everyone, be well, stay safe, look after your friends. See you in the next video. Peace.